Have you ever felt like the world speaks a language you can't ignore, a language that others seem blind to? Have you ever looked at life and felt the weight of understanding, the weight of seeing things clearly when no one else does? That feeling, that piercing clarity, is a strange and lonely companion. It whispers truths that others dismiss, illuminates patterns that others cannot see, and exposes realities that many would rather ignore. And in that moment, you realize something profound. True insight often doesn't feel like a gift, it feels like a curse. But what if I told you that this so-called curse is actually your greatest weapon, the key to unlocking a life of purpose and power that most people will never even imagine? Most of us spend our lives asleep, floating through the motions, content with illusions and comforting distractions. But you, if you're listening to this, have been shaken awake. You've glimpsed the machinery beneath the surface of life. You've felt the pulse of reality, raw and unfiltered, and it hits harder than any ordinary challenge. You notice hypocrisy when others pretend everything is fine. You sense fear when others act boldly. You perceive opportunity in chaos when others cower in confusion. This is the mark of someone with eyes wide open, someone capable of seeing through the fog that blinds the majority. Yes, it is heavy. Yes, it isolates. The world does not always welcome clarity. It resists the sharp edge of truth because truth demands change, and change is uncomfortable. People will question you. People will doubt you. People may even fear you. And yet, every challenge, every moment of isolation is proof that your mind is alive in ways most are not. You are walking a path that requires courage, resilience, and a relentless refusal to settle for illusion. And here is the critical insight. The very burden that feels like a curse is also the spark that can ignite transformation, not just in your life, but in the world around you. Imagine for a moment the people who have shaped history, the visionaries, the pioneers, the ones who refused to look away. They were often misunderstood, criticized, and even ridiculed. They carried the weight of insight that others could not comprehend. Yet they moved forward, guided by a clarity that burned brighter than fear. That is exactly where you are standing today, at the edge of ordinary comfort, peering into a deeper reality. You feel the tension between wanting to belong and needing to honor your awareness. You feel the loneliness of understanding when others do not. But that tension is not a weakness. It is fuel. It is the force that can propel you beyond mediocrity, beyond conformity, into a life of purpose that others only dream of. This is your moment to stop running from clarity. Stop wishing the burden would vanish. Embrace it. Lean into the sharp edges of your mind. Recognize that insight, no matter how heavy, is a rare gift that separates those who lead from those who follow. Every observation, every understanding, every truth that hits you with discomfort is a signal that your consciousness is evolving, that your awareness is sharpening, that your potential is ready to be claimed. The world may not understand your vision today, but the seeds you plant in these moments of clarity will grow into influence, mastery, and undeniable impact. So, take a deep breath and step into the fire of your own understanding. Own the fact that seeing clearly feels like a curse, because it is the very thing that will forge your strength. Do not shrink in the face of truth. Do not settle for ignorance masquerading as peace. Stand firm in the knowledge that awareness is power, and power, when wielded with courage and intention, transforms lives. The world may resist. It may challenge you. It may even try to silence the light you carry. But you cannot dim what is meant to illuminate. This is not a curse. It is your awakening. And once you accept it, once you embrace it, there is no limit to the clarity, courage, and impact you can achieve. There is a profound loneliness that comes with seeing the world clearly, a loneliness that most people will never understand. You look around and notice patterns, connections, and truths that others casually overlook. You sense the undercurrents of fear, ambition, and deceit that guide human behavior. You feel the subtle vibrations of unspoken tension in conversations, the hidden motivations behind smiles, the invisible threads that shape outcomes, and in that awareness you realize something difficult. No one else sees the world the way you do. Not yet. Not in the same vivid detail. And so, a chasm opens between you and the ordinary, and suddenly, the world feels isolating. But this solitude is not a punishment. It is the forge where your mind, your character, and your potential are tempered. The truth is, clarity has a cost, and the price is often loneliness. Those around you may misunderstand your perspective. They may dismiss your insights as overthinking or worry. They may even question your sanity when you point out truths they refuse to face. And yet, this is exactly why your awareness is precious. Being alone in your understanding forces you to cultivate self-reliance, to strengthen your inner voice, and to learn the discipline of walking your path even when no one walks it with you. The isolation you feel is the shadow of greatness. Those who endure it emerge sharper, wiser, and far more capable than the crowd around them. Think of the great minds who changed history, who challenged norms, who saw possibilities others could not. Every visionary has walked this path of solitude. Einstein, whose mind saw the fabric of the universe in ways no one else could grasp. Mandela, who endured years of imprisonment, yet saw the bigger truth of freedom and reconciliation. Countless others who bore the weight of awareness while the world doubted, mocked, or ignored them. Their loneliness was not weakness. It was evidence that they were operating on a higher frequency, thinking on a level most people could not even perceive. And now, it is your turn. You may feel the urge to retreat, to hide your mind, to conform for the sake of comfort. Resist it. Resist the temptation to dim your awareness to fit in, because doing so is the surrender of your power. The clarity you carry is not a flaw. It is a rare gift that sets you apart, and the more you honor it, the more your vision will grow. The solitude you experience is not emptiness. It is sacred space, a crucible for creativity, reflection, and transformation. It is where ideas are born, where strategies are refined, and where the seeds of future influence are planted. Every moment you spend in quiet observation, in deep thinking, in honest reflection, is a moment building the foundation of your extraordinary impact. Here is the critical truth. Feeling alone is a sign that your consciousness is awake. Most people live in the comfortable illusion of Connie, catching without understanding, in the noisy reassurance of agreement, without insight. But you cannot settle for illusions. You cannot ignore the truths that your mind uncovers. Instead, lean into your awareness. Let solitude sharpen your intuition. Let reflection clarify your priorities. Let the tension between your vision and the ordinary world ignite your resolve. The people who are meant to join your journey will appear, drawn to the depth, the clarity, and the intensity that only someone awake can radiate. Do not fear the silence. Do not fear being misunderstood. Every step you take in this solitary awareness is a step toward mastery of yourself, of your purpose, and of the world around you. Embrace the space where others cannot follow. Cultivate it. Use it to observe, to learn, to strategize, and to grow stronger. And remember, the world may not understand you now, but it will be shaped by your insight tomorrow. Every great transformation begins with someone who saw clearly when no one else did. This is your call. Stand in your awareness, own your solitude. Let it forge you into a force of clarity and influence unlike any other. The path may be lonely, but it is also the path to power, purpose, and unparalleled achievement. What feels like a curse, the sharp, unrelenting clarity that sets you apart, holds within it a secret power few ever recognize. It is not a burden. It is the awakening of your true potential. Most people go through life blind to the layers of reality, content to drift in the shallow waters of comfort. But you are different. Your mind sees the currents, the hidden structures, the invisible forces that shape every decision, every outcome, every relationship. This insight, though heavy, is a gift, the kind of gift that demands courage, strength, and deliberate action to unlock. And make no mistake, those who embrace it are the ones who create the extraordinary lives that others only dream about. Think about it. Every profound thinker, every visionary, every trailblazer has experienced this curse. They felt the isolation, the burden of seeing too clearly, the weight of understanding when others cannot. Yet, in that very burden lies the spark of transformation. The discomfort of awareness forces you to question mediocrity, to reject complacency, and to move beyond ordinary limitations. Every uncomfortable realization is a signal that your consciousness is expanding, that your mind is being sharpened like a blade, and that you are being prepared to act with precision, purpose, and power. The so-called curse is a crucible, and only by stepping fully into it can you forge the life you are capable of. Now, here is the truth most people will never tell you. Insight is only a curse if you let it overwhelm you. It is heavy because it demands engagement, reflection, and action. It challenges comfort, forces confrontation with unpleasant truths, and exposes illusions that others cling to. But the key is not to resist it. The key is to channel it. Begin by recognizing the patterns your mind perceives. Write them down. Map them out. Turn observation into strategy and strategy into action. This is where power is born, where understanding becomes creation. Every revelation, every insight is a building block. Every uncomfortable truth is a step closer to mastery. Imagine for a moment that your clarity is a tool, a lens that allows you to see the world differently. Most people stumble blindly, reacting to surface appearances, swept along by circumstance. You, however, see the deeper forces at work. You see what is coming before it arrives. You sense opportunities where others see obstacles. You perceive solutions where others see chaos. That is not a curse. That is foresight, a rare advantage that can transform your life and the lives of those around you. And the more you practice using it, the sharper, faster, and more precise your vision becomes. This is the mom. And to stop fearing the weight of understanding. Stop pretending you could be like everyone else. Stop shrinking in the face of your own mind. Insight is not a liability. It is your superpower. It is the engine that drives extraordinary achievement, and it is only a curse if you hide from it, ignore it, or fail to act upon it. The discomfort you feel, the tension you experience, is the price of greatness, and the reward is unparalleled clarity, influence, and impact. The world may resist, it may challenge, it may try to dismiss you, But none of that matters when you wield your insight with courage and intention. Step into your awareness fully. Transform every moment of frustration, every pang of isolation, every surge of discomfort into fuel. Let it propel you forward. Let it sharpen your decisions, guide your actions, and illuminate your path. Understand this: those who see clearly are destined to lead, to create, to influence. The curse of insight is nothing more than the raw material of power, refined, harnessed, and executed. It becomes unstoppable. Your mind is awake. Your vision is precise. Your potential is limitless. Do not hide from it. Do not resist it. Embrace it, harness it, and let it drive you toward the extraordinary life you were born to live. The truth is this: insight alone is powerful, but insight without action, without connection, without influence, is wasted potential. You have glimpsed realities that most people cannot see. You have understood patterns, motivations, and truths that others miss entirely. You have endured the weight of clarity and the isolation it brings. But now comes the next stage of transformation, the moment where your awareness, your understanding, and even your solitude become tools to shape the world around you. The curse of insight becomes a force for influence, leadership, and meaningful impact. Consider for a moment the extraordinary people who walked this path before you. They were misunderstood, dismissed, even ridiculed. Their vision separated them from the crowd. Their clarity isolated them. But they didn't let solitude silence their purpose. Instead, they used their awareness strategically, converting what others perceived as a curse into an unstoppable force. They learned to observe, to reflect, and then to act in ways that reshaped entire systems, communities, and movements. This is the power you carry, the ability to turn understanding into influence. Every moment of loneliness, every pang of frustration, is preparation for mastery. The first step is simple. Recognize that your isolation is not emptiness. It is a laboratory, a training ground, a space where ideas take shape and strategies are forged. In solitude, your mind becomes sharper, your perception more precise, your intuition clearer. You learn to anticipate, to plan, to navigate the complex complexity of life in a way that others cannot. And this is where influence begins, not through loud declarations or forced persuasion, but through the quiet, deliberate application of your understanding. Your insight becomes action. Your awareness becomes guidance. Your clarity becomes a lighthouse in the chaos. Next, seek out the right connections. You don't need the approval of everyone, nor should you try to explain yourself to those who are unwilling to understand. Instead, find those who resonate with your vision, who reflect your values, who are capable of walking beside you in purpose, even if only for brief stretches. Influence is not about numbers. It is about depth, precision, and alignment. By connecting with the right people, you magnify your insight, your reach, and your impact. And even when those connections are few, your solitary clarity ensures that your actions are meaningful, intentional, and effective. Finally, transform your awareness into leadership through example. Influence does not require force. It requires consistency, courage, and authenticity. Live in alignment with the truths you see. Make decisions guided by your insight, not by fear or conformity. When others see the results of your clarity, the calm in chaos, the solutions in complexity, the strength in understanding, they will be drawn to it. They will follow not because you demand it, but because your presence radiates competence, confidence, and conviction. Your influence becomes magnetic, unstoppable, and deeply transformative. The world may never fully understand the depth of your vision, and that is fine. You do not need validation to wield your power. What matters is that you take the clarity you have been given and turn it into action, into real-world transformation. Your insight is a rare gift. Your solitude is not a weakness. It is a forge. Your understanding is not a burden. It is a beacon. And when you combine these elements, when you channel your awareness with courage and precision, you become a force that cannot be ignored, a presence that shapes reality, a mind capable of leading where others can only follow. This is your call to action. Do not shrink from the power of your awareness. Do not waste the clarity you have earned. Step into your influence. Harness the lessons of isolation. Connect with purpose. Lead with integrity. Transform your vision into tangible results. The world may challenge you, misunderstand you, or resist your insight, but your ability to act with clarity, intention, and courage ensures that nothing can stop the impact you are meant to make. The curse of insight is now your greatest tool. The isolation is now your training ground. Your awareness is now your legacy in the making. Stand tall, move boldly, and let the world feel the full force of your vision. Now is the moment to step fully into the truth of who you are. You have walked through the fire of awareness. You have felt the weight of clarity, the sting of solitude, and the tension that comes from seeing what others cannot. You have carried insights that may have felt heavy, even unbearable at times, and yet, here you are, stronger, sharper, and more awake than most people will ever be. This is your opportunity, your calling, and your chance to turn what once felt like a curse into the most potent force in your life. The path you have traveled has prepared you for this moment, and the world is waiting for the impact only you can deliver. Do not fear the depth of your understanding. Do not shrink from the truths that set you apart. Your insight, your vision, your ability to see what others overlook is not a burden. It is your edge. It is what distinguishes leaders from followers, creators from consumers, and those who shape reality from those who are shaped by it. Every sleepless night spent questioning, every moment of doubt, every pang of isolation has been a teacher, training you, tempering you, and preparing you to act with precision, power, and purpose. The clarity you carry is rare, and with rarity comes responsibility. You cannot waste it, you cannot ignore it. You must own it, wield it, and allow it to transform everything it touches. Your journey has shown you the truth. Insight alone is not enough. Awareness is only as valuable as the action it inspires. You must take the lessons of your solitude, the patterns you've observed, and the wisdom you've gained, and channel them into deliberate, powerful action. The world will challenge you. It will resist, misunderstand, and even try to hold you back. But this is precisely why your clarity matters. It allows you to navigate the chaos, to see opportunity where others see dead ends, to act decisively when others hesitate. Your mind, your vision, and your resolve are your greatest weapons. Use them to break barriers, shatter illusions, and create the life and the legacy that is meant for you. Remember, the people who resist your insight are not your measure. Your measure is your courage, your commitment, and your ability to act despite resistance. Stand firm in your awareness. Stand tall in your purpose. Stand unwavering in the knowledge that your vision has power beyond what you can yet imagine. Every step you take, every choice you make, every moment you act with intention amplifies your impact. Your life becomes not just a reflection of your insight, but a beacon for others who are ready to awaken, follow, and grow alongside you. This is leadership born from clarity, mastery born from solitude, and transformation born from understanding. Take a deep breath and commit. You will no longer see your insight as a curse, but as the ignition for action, the fuel for progress, and the force that shapes your destiny. Let your awareness guide your choices, sharpen your strategies, and illuminate the path forward. Let it inspire courage in others, without you ever speaking a word. Let it challenge mediocrity, shatter complacency, and demand excellence in everything you touch. The clarity that once isolated you will now connect you to purpose, to impact, and to a life of unparalleled significance. And here is the final truth you must hold close. The world may not always understand you. It may resist your vision. It may question your path. But you do not need the world to validate your insight. Your understanding is your authority. Your awareness is your compass. Your courage is your proof. Step into your clarity fully. Transform your solitude into strength. Transform your insight into a force that cannot be ignored, cannot be denied, and cannot be contained. You are awake. You are powerful. You are capable of extraordinary impact. The curse you once feared is now your superpower. The path ahead is yours to claim. And the world will never be the same once you do.